indoda umuntu ozoshada naye ozohlala naye endlini, so important to us. Yeah.
Mina ngibona ukuthi indoda umuntu onempatho okwaziyo ukuthi umuntu esifazane kuphathwa kanjani. Yeah.
So as a South African and a woman growing up in this country, to me, man in my country means authority. It is misogyny, patriarchy, oppression, not safe. That is what man means to me in my country. Despite the few people in my life that I know I'm safe with, a brother here or there, but even they cannot be excused because for me, man represents not a safe space.
Men, they don't want to be put down. They always want to be up. So when a woman talks something that is against man, he feels like, yeah, I will do this woman something. So that is not good anyway.
A man is a protector. Above all else, he's a protector. We look to him for protection, and if he violates that, I'm sorry. No matter how much money he makes, you do not lay your hands on women or children. It's unfair because men are generally bigger than women, so I think it's also cowardice. It's not right.
Some of the women, they push men to do that.
A man is someone who respects a woman. A man is someone who respects himself and who knows how to treat someone else. Not specifically a woman, but who knows how to respect a human being. We are grown to love each other, not as genders, but as humans. That's how I understand who a man is, who is able to support, love, and care and protect someone else. That's just me.
Men are violent because society's been constructed that they are superior to the other gender. So it's them that makes the rules. They decide what a woman should wear, how a vehicle is constructed, even the type of seatbelt is designed for a man and not a woman. And that's why they are the way that they are. They've made themselves superior to the other, whether it's...
maybe they were abused in their childhoods, so they just grew up with it, and I think that this is normal. So they don't feel bad about it, really. Yeah. It's pretty sad, but probably it's one reason.
I would agree to that. I think it's a matter of role models, of how they see their parents or their friends or other relatives, and how they relate to violence in general. If it has happened to them, then I think they rather tend to violate others as well. I think, it's how basically they were raised.
I think what's happened is people haven't had a male role model, and people often forget that you need both a female and a male role model. It doesn't mean you can't have same-sex couples, but it depends in your family unit to raise you together. And the issue with that is we have these broken homes, so people have learned from different spaces, and what becoming a man was symbolic of was financial success, strength. But what we dictate is that natural personalities dictate those behaviours rather than a gender, because gender is man-made. Gender never really existed. Yeah, there's some things that are naturally born into it, but if you take clothes, who told you a skirt was for girls or boys? I mean, in certain African tribes, they wear things that Westerners would perceive as skirts. In Scotland, we wear kilts. It's the establishment that we create these systems and we build people with this.
A lot of men don't know how to express emotion or even their thoughts properly, and sometimes they may be scared. They see a woman who's strong, who is in her essence, knows, that nothing can control her, and a man will try to control that. And a good man will see her shine without dimming the light. And the man can shine as well, making the light even bigger rather than making it smaller or just on him.
I think it's because of friends. It's a peers. It's a peers thing. If he sees that how does he treat umfazi wakhe omunye, then he wants to do the same thing kumfazi wakhe, because
He got it from outside. And if he grew up from a family of women abuse, that won't change. But if he grew up in a home where there is no violence, even my brother, he grew up in a nice family with no violence. He's treating his wife very nice now.
A man is supposed to respect, but then how do you respect? You need to be taught how to respect. As abantwana abancane, guys, you teach a child how to respect you. If the child doesn't respect you, bear in mind that when the child grows up and they go to school, they will not know how to respect their peers. And if they don't know how to respect their peers, they will not know how to respect their values and their conditions and their relationships.
If a woman isn't secure and taken care of, then she's going to raise children who see that, and it's going to be a bad cycle. Now, unfortunately, I feel like it also hurts men because there's this whole toxic culture of men aren't allowed to cry, men aren't allowed to have feelings, men aren't allowed to say what's on their mind, men aren't allowed to show any sort of weakness. But in reality, that's what humans are. We are a ball of emotions and a ball of weakness, and that's when you're told that you're only allowed to be one thing, you're only allowed to be angry, that's the only way you can respond to things, so you're going to abuse people, you're going to hurt people. It's not only hurting the person you're abusing, but it's hurting you because as a man, you're not allowed to explore other options. Like, oh, I don't like what you just said, so my only way to deal with that is to hurt you, as opposed to realizing what do I need to fix about myself to be the best person I can be.
I think there's also an issue because I'm a proud feminist, but an intersectional feminist, but I do concern myself with the fact that boys might not have the same voice, and you're seeing male suicide rates enhance. Like, we also have to question within the patriarchy, are women complicit in it? Because you'll see women, when a woman's hit, say, what did she say, what did she do? And that allows it to exist in those worlds. There's been an acceptance of it. So we also have to re-question what it means to be a woman and what it means to be a man and how we live together. We also need to go through a whole abundance of healing, because until we do that, we can't coexist and understand, because most people who are in abusive relationships come from very toxic environments, whether childhood, etc.
Men should learn to treat women the way they would like their mothers to be treated, the way that they would like their sisters to be treated, and the way they would like their daughters to be treated.
Thina sifuna ukuvela kuma Facebook sishaya abantu bethu because umuntu wesimame banokudelela ngesinye isikhathi. Yes. And then umuntu uyamthanda but eventually akenzele ezinye izinto and then ufuna ukumshaya.
In our townships, in our homes, boys don't do dishes. They'll be told it's a girl's job. Boys don't do laundry. Boys get served a plate of food. Already from young ages, they are fed this patriarchy that they are better than their sisters. So it must start in the home.
Even the act of Lobola.
Parents must teach from a very young age equality. Then we don't need to fight for equality.
You know, we're coming to an age now as well in the 21st century where we as women, or as, you know, black empowerment or Chinese, we're understanding that we're all as equal as each other, you know, in terms of sexual orientation, age, gender, and man is not adapting very well to this change. You know, we've had this society where it's always been the same person governing, and now people are rebelling against it, and they're saying that we're becoming equal and we have to be equal to make society work. And they don't like it, but it has to happen, you know? We're all the same, and women have to be more empowered, and they have to show man that it's not about women being superior to man, but just saying we're the same, and we are all living together, and we have to make this work together, rather than just one person.
Women can't fix the problem because we're not the problem. I think giving men a space to truly explore all facets of what it means to be a man, to know that you don't necessarily have to be a protector and a provider. Like, yes, it would be nice if you can be those things, but what does that mean? How can you be those things if you can't protect and provide for yourself, emotionally, spiritually, however, you know, that would manifest? So I think the real way to fix it is to literally just have spaces for teaching men how to be human.
Violence ukuthi siyekele nje abantu ebesilisa sihlale nje sisodwa, that's all. because of ba abuse to us.
Yeah, I mean, solution ngibona ukuthi umuntu wesilisa meke wareze isandla kumuntu wesifazane or emntwaneni aboshwe kahle kahle because ayikho right lento lena.
The solution sometimes azini wena nomntasekhaya. Communication is key, yabona. Makumele sometimes izinto sizivalela phakathi kithi as communicate. Ngiyangithola ngisho kanjani. Mangivalele sengikhipha ngeviolence. Ngiyangithola ngisho kanjani. Yeah, kanjalo.
The solution it is to take the woman and the children and the fathers. They mustn't leave behind the husbands together and take them to the psychologists.
My solution, I'm thinking like if we can be having some meetings, we do some counseling to some people, you know, they might change. We tell them that where we come from, we are all the same. They should not feel like they are better than women, you understand what I'm saying? So I think that can help the society a little bit.
Police station here. Peggy solution.